Good afternoon, everyone. You're welcome to the first episode of the marathon. The difference between a billionaire and a church rat. Now, this marathon is going to be a 10-part episode, not only Saturday and Wednesday, but from Saturday until the 10th day. So, we really hope you stay with us as we embark on this journey. So, for the first episode, we're going to be talking about how they think. That is how the billionaires think versus how the church rats and the poor like-minded people think. So first let's just start with the basics, right? Okay, so Tony, what do you think is the difference when it comes to mindsets between billionaires and poor people?
So, for starters, I feel like the billionaires, it's just in the bit of perspective, right?
Yeah.
The billionaires see things as like the way they see things is totally different from the way the church rats see things, right?
Yeah.
Now, they don't see obstacles as things that like obstruct them from progressing, right?
Yeah.
They envision them as things that will propel them to their success, right?
Yeah, okay.
So, when a church rat is busy looking for excuses, a billionaire is busy looking for solution, right? When a church is already giving himself one reason why an idea comes to his mind, why an idea that comes to him. Let's say most of them will both give you an idea that comes to their mind now. The reason a church rat is still where he is today is because of the fact that he sees 1001 reason why you should not carry out that idea, whereas the billionaire sees it as just give me one reason why I should do it.
Yeah.
So that is how like base perspective could like be, seen in that aspect. And then you see that a billionaire just banks on one reason. But Churchill just keeps on giving himself multiple reasons why he should not do it.
Yeah.
Right? Multiple reasons why he should not do it. And then it just weighs them down. Just like they see obstacles, they see things as obstacles rather than as like a leverage.
As opportunities for growth.
Yeah, so billionaires always want to just keep on growing. They always redefine the way things are. Whereas church rats don't want to see it as that. Right? They also want to see it as obstacles, right? Not as much as yes, every problem was everybody's lives, and every success has like its own what's called problems, right? Along the way. Church rat allows those problems weigh them down. The billionaires, the rich minded people, they don't see it as a problem that should weigh them down, rather as a stepping stone towards a greater success. It's like a leveling up, like to level up, they need to face challenges, and they believe that challenges brings about what experience and what improvement. So people, first of all, should understand that the perspective you should have, right, should vary. Like this between these two, just it varies. And wherever you find yourself, if you're someone that's always been thinking that whatever problem that you might have faced with an idea that came about, and then you are seeing those ideas as all those problems as like obstacles that weigh you down, and reasons why you should not do it, carry about, as reasons why you should not carry out that idea, then you should know that you are a church rat, right? You have that mindset, right? That is the mindset you are leaning towards, and for you to be leaning towards that mindset, it means that you're someone that is poor-minded. That you're not, your mentality is weak, right? You're supposed to have a strong mentality, but you're someone that's always wanting to find solutions to the problem, right? Someone that's always wanting to find solutions to the problem, looking for the best way to redefine that situation that you are in. It means that you are someone with a billionaire mindset, someone that's always thinking further, someone that's never going to allow obstacles weigh them down, someone that's always wanted to redefine the way they see things, and that is the mindset that you should supposed to have, right? If you're aiming at success, you're supposed to have that redefining mindset, that mindset that is meant to, propel you into the best, propel you to the next level, basically improve you,
Yeah.
right? An improvement mindset. Then another way billionaires think, and the other mindset that billionaires could have is that they are long term or the short term, right? A billionaire is always thinking about the long term, right? Whereas the poor-minded people, that's the church rats, they're always thinking in the short term. They're always looking at how they could be satisfied in the now, and forgetting about the long-term game. And the truth is, you are all in this game together. We're all in this world together. You know something about having a vision. Having vision, you makes your work easier. Imagine this now, for example. You're in a car, right? You know you have a destination, and your destination is, I want to get to this certain place, right? I want to get to point A. It makes your journey easier. In as much as there are going to be obstacles in the way, you understand? You have a set target, and you have a goal that you set for yourself. You know that I want to get to that particular point. So whatever could happen on the road will just be an experience that you're going to gain, because you already know that this is where I want to get to. So no matter what is going to happen, this is what I am. This is where I want to be at the end of by this time of the it was. But then when you don't have an end goal, you're just in a car, right? Imagine you're just in a car. You don't know that you want to get to point A. You don't want to get. You don't have a defined or a set target where you want to go to. And then the moment you see an obstacle, the first obstacle will make you want to go back, because you don't have something that is fueling you to get to that particular point in time, or get to that particular get to a particular point. You don't have what's it called, a destination. So that is just how a billionaire in Joshua thinks. A billionaire has set targets, right? He has a goal. He has something that he's foreseeing. He has a vision. This is where he wants to be. And so whatever is going to happen between that time, he's ready to face the consequences. That is where he wants to be. That he has already set his mind that this is where I'm going to have to be. This is where I want to be at this particular time. You understand? But then what's it called? Josh Rat is just, he's never, because he's never thinking about it, he's never setting goals and setting objectives for himself. He's ready to just be in the, he's now is not really defined. Do you understand? So he's rather satisfied with anything that comes. That is why they never end up getting, what's it called? Generational wealth. They don't see wealth as like things that should even be after them. Rather, it's just like something that is in the now.
And just in the now, they're always focused on spending.
Yeah, on spending now. They don't think about the investment. They don't think about saving. They don't think about all those things. They always want to spend.
You know, in my own understanding, my own definition, for me, the most beautiful aspect of wealth is when it's generational. All right, wealth is not a tool that should just like in as much as you're going to bring new generations into the world. I think wealth now is a tool that should be passed down to future generations. And that is how I see wealth. I don't see wealth as something that if you just enjoy. That's why I never believed in all this fast life, all this wearing baggy and looking fresh. I always believe in like this money now should no matter what, it should pass my hand and get to the hands of even my great grandchildren that has never been born. You understand? Another powerful mindset differentiation between the both of them is the scarcity and the abundance mentality now. Understand? Growing up, we have been trained with this language of I can't afford it, it's too expensive, it's too much. You understand? But Robert Kiyosaki said that in his book Rich Dad Poor Dad, he said that instead of saying I can't afford it, you ask how can I afford it. Now your brain now has like opened wider. You understand? Because you say I can't afford it now, your brain has shut down. Get now when you now ask yourself how can I afford it now, like it's just like your brain just opened up. You understand? And then possible ways to generate that money will start coming into your head. You understand? Because poor people tend to think that if they can't afford it, that's how it's meant to be. They don't know that it's actually possible to create wealth and afford that thing they are saying they can't afford. because wealth building starts from the mind, not from the body or from whatever. Wealth, there are many things that can start from the body, there are many things that can start from the soul, but wealth building starts from the mind. You have to have a fertile mind. You understand? Now, the, another thing is this now. When it comes to this thing of mentality between the both of them now, it's about that. It's about that first thing you said about how they see problems as obstacles, and how they doubt their ideas and how they doubt their visions. Now, your mind now is a soil, right? Your mind is practically a soil now, and all these ideas are seed that are being planted in the soil now. Now, rich people, billionaires now, their soul, their mind is so fertile that anytime an idea drops in their mind, it will grow, right? But then all these poor people that always give themselves 1,000 reasons why it won't work, 1,000 valid reasons. These reasons are not invalid. They will give themselves 1,000 valid reasons why it won't work now. That their mind now, they're actually killing their mind now. They're actually killing the fertile soil in their mind, right? And ideas are no longer able to bloom again in their mind. So like, when you come to understand that no idea is perfect, there's more to lose from not trying than from trying. When you understand that, like, life is everything about life is risk, so you shouldn't necessarily be afraid of taking risk in life. When you tend to understand all those things, you know that it doesn't matter. You can actually just do anything you want to do. Just do it. Stop giving yourself reasons and excuses why it won't work. That's the difference between poor people and rich people. Rich people, they believe their vision and doubt their fears. Poor people doubt their vision and believe their fears. And when you believe your fears, it will become reality. When you believe your vision, it will become reality. Yeah, that thing you said about long term versus instant gratification, I think that is one of the single most, like, one of the best points in this entire episode now. Because poor people don't know how to think long term, right? Poor people they are overly obsessed in the now. They're overly obsessed in the now. They're overly obsessed in the now. Yes, now you're meant to be present. You're meant to be living the present now. But here's the thing now. The thing about living in the present is that you should have known what you want in the future, right? So that your present actions will align towards that destination. Like Tony said now, you're in a car, you don't even know where you are going, right? You don't even know the destination. So there is nothing you can do in the present that will make sense. There's absolutely nothing you can do in the present that makes sense. So like, your present now should be aligning with the future you want. So you should start living in the present after you have looked into the future to check what you want, to make your present actions align with your future actions, right?
Like your future, which is like,
Yeah, your future, which is like, yeah, what you want to achieve in the future.
yeah. So like, these are the kind of things that you usually need to understand. And then one thing again about this topic is that, like Michelle said when you were talking about like the way, what's it called, billionaires and how billionaires make their decisions, right? How they make their decisions. You just basically like understanding that a billionaire always does not think about how he can, what the trends. He doesn't talk about trends. He doesn't what's it called, involve himself in what's it called, knowing what the trend is all about. No, he's not letting what he's consuming affect how he thinks and how he's going to produce. Do you understand? He doesn't consume more than he produces, just basically. Because a billionaire is more of a strategic thinker. He wants to always produce, right? He's more focused on how to produce and how to strategize and how to plan something. Whereas, what's it called? Whereas the street rats or the church rats are always thinking of how they can buy this.
How they can consume.
Yeah, how they can buy this car.
Yeah.
Now let me give you an example. A billionaire is thinking of how he can create the best car,
Yes.
and the poor person is thinking of how he can buy the best car. Who do you think who do you think makes sense? So when a billionaire creates the best car, he creates the best car, and then the poor people or the poor man, they buy the best car. Well, now the billionaire is creating wealth in the sense that he creates more of those best cars that will sell to those people who are what's it called buying the best cars. Now he's creating wealth, whereas the poor minded people are losing money, right? How? The buy car, that is, they trade their what's it called that's their time. They trade their most priceless assets, right? They trade their most priceless assets, that's time, to buy, and they buy it, they trade it for
Money.
like basically invaluable assets, right?
Yeah.
Of valuable assets, and then buy invaluable assets. That is, they trade their time for the money, which is the valuable assets, for invaluable assets, which is that's a very fast car.
Yeah,
Do you
depreciating
understand?
asset.
Very, very depreciating asset. And so this just continues, and they continue to wonder why they're always broke, or why they end up broke, living a life where they're not creating wealth, just consuming wealth.
They're just consuming, yeah.
So it's like a poor person is always wishing for something, I want to get this, I want to get this, I want to get this. But then a rich person is always thinking of, how can I create the best? How can I create the best version of that car? How can I create this certain wealth? How can they create wealth that will last? That's the difference between generational wealth and instant wealth.
Yeah, all this flashy wealth.
Yes, flashy wealth is more of, I'm wishing to always get this. I want to just look the best, right? How can I create the best? Do you understand? Because at the end of the day, the billionaires keep them in this cycle. They say it's a matrix, but the billionaires keep them in this cycle where they just keep on thinking that they need to just continue consuming. But like I've said before that in this life, there's always going to be that what's it called? That disparity. There's always going to be a producer and there's always be a consumer. And for them, they have to work hand in hand together. So now it's just, where do you want to be? Do you understand?
Yeah.
A consumer is someone that will just be left in a cycle where he just continues to buy and buy and buy and buy and buy and buy, wishing for this, and then he has the next iPhone 17, then he comes out, he buys the next iPhone 17. He just keeps on losing wealth,
Yeah.
Whereas
Inevitably helping them to create
yes,
more wealth.
inevitably helping them to create more wealth. And then you have the billionaires who create the wealth, right? Who use you guys as a tool to continue to generate more wealth. Do you understand? So it's just like, where do you want to be? Do you want to be considered someone that is just having that mindset that you might think you're chasing wealth, but the kind of wealth you're chasing is not substantial in the long run. And you think that you want, okay, what about your family that you're going to create in the future? Do you think it is substantial enough? Do you think that after, if you die, your family will be able to continue that wealth that you have? Do you think it's substantial enough? Do you think you'll be able to? Do you think with that mindset you are able to create the amount of the wealth that you think for generations to come it will stay in your family? Don't you think there was a time where maybe your ancestors had more money, but because of the mindset they passed on to their children, it left them with there was this what is it called, rich person that talked about. He said, hard times creates hard people, and hard people create easy times, and easy times create easy people, and easy people create hard times. Do you understand?
This wicked cycle.
So it just leaves you in that cycle where, because of you saw that, you're able to generate wealth, but then the mindset you passed on to that person or passed on to your children wasn't that mindset. You might not, so you might not think, I made money. That's not money. That's not wealth. That's not the wealth we're looking for. Right? That's not the wealth we're looking for. It's not something that is substantial in the now. It's something that look at the families, the Rockefellers, right? The JP Morgans. What kind of wealth did they create? What kind of wealth did JP Morgan pass on to his family? Till now, this is the biggest bank in the US. Right? The Rockefeller, the richest family in the world. Right? These families create wealth, generational wealth, that will just keep on existing in their family for longer generations. Because of not just the money that they pass on to the family, but the mindset that is being passed on from the father to the children, and from the children to their other to their own children, and that is how it just kept on going, and it will keep on going because of the mindset they pass on hard time mindset. They keep on telling them that at times where it will get hard. So for you to be able to pass the hard times, you have to have this hard mentality.
Yeah, you have to delay gratification.
Yes, you have to delay gratification. Now let me give you an example. You think 9 to 5 job is the way out, right? But the truth is, they keep you in this loop where you wait for something. You wait for money, and then the moment you get 30,000, right? The moment you make 30,000, okay. The question is going to be, would you rather want to make 5,000 every day, right? Or would you rather want to make $1 every single day, 1,000 every single day, or make 30,000 after every month? Now, some person will tell me, but it's the same thing. If you look at it, if you calculate it, 1,000 every day, that's 30,000, right? But then you're making 1,000 every single day, and then you're making 30,000 every single month. What do you think is better? Somebody will tell you that they rather pick the 30,000 every single month. But guess what? The 30,000, what's it called? Once you make that money, you wait. They keep you in that loop where you have to wait. You work for something, and then once you get it, it finishes within the span of. And then you tell yourself that the money they're paying is not enough. But someone that is making 1,000 every single day, after every single month will still make 30,000. But guess what? His money just keeps on multiplying because he knows the money is going to come
again the next day.
The money is going to come again the next day. The money is going to come again the next. But you wait for that 30,000 to come once, and the moment it comes once, it finishes. Because of you've delayed, like you delayed it for a what's it called, a period, and then once you make instant like a big money, it finishes. Like, are you getting are you getting the idea? It's just like we've talked about how once you get to the top, like it is much more likely that you come crashing down. Do you understand? Once you make more money at a goal, there's a high chance that you finish that money within seconds. So it's rather you create wealth and work for wealth and work for money. That's what I'm trying to explain. If you work for money, right, you get paid 70k, right? After every month, you get paid 70k after every month. You see that money tends to finish faster than someone that works every day for a small amount of money every single day. Is guaranteed a small amount of money every single day. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, what I'm trying to make you understand is generational wealth is not something that you're making 3 billion every single day. No, it's just something that has to do with consistency, making money, making money consistently.
Yeah.
You're making money every single day. These people, if people are calculating, they're making money every single day. You are making money once in a month. Warren Buffett, he makes over 86 million in a month. Over 86 million in a month. $6 million every month. Right? These people make crazy amount of money every single month. But if you calculate it, it is still bigger than that 30,000 that you're making, because these people know that making money hourly, making money daily, making money every single minute, that is the generational wealth I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right? They know that the money is going to come, so they're not really phased to want to spend more because the money is still going to come. But once you get that money, you know that the money, before that money comes, guy, let me start budgeting this money. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That feeling that the money has entered my account. Let me do this, guy, before this money comes again, guy. Today, so let me quickly buy this one. Do you understand? But once you get 1,000, like, you know that that money is going to come, guy. But even if you spend 1K that day, you know that money is going to come every single day. So you're more satisfied. Do you understand? You're more free to do anything. And like your mindset is just going to always like trigger to that extent. They'll be like, guy, guy, this money is going to come. So there's no need of me even rushing to buy this thing because I know I'll still get this money again tomorrow. I'm not always able to be in a rush to do anything. Once the money is always going to come. But once the money comes once, you're always going to be in a rush. That is the way people which have like poor mentality, they think.
Yeah, like they just kind of like keep on stretching your mind. You understand? Like they are making you to be anticipating
the money.
Yeah.
So once the money comes,
so that once it come, you just like it just snap, and then you just spend it instantly.
So billionaires are not rushing to get money because they know that the money is going to come. It works for them.
Yeah.
But you are working for the money. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's just like that loop they want to keep you in for you to work for the money. Because when your body works for something, the instant gratification that you get, the way you make your decision on how to spend your money will be different from someone that makes money every single day. That's someone that makes money every single month. Like, are you getting it? The moment when you make your decision, it will be so much different from the way someone that makes money every single day. Someone that makes money every single day will not be hesitant to spend the money. You might think, oh, the person will be, go and check it. You make money every single day. You're not hesitant to spend the money. You even want to, your investment will even be more higher than someone that spends money, that makes money every single month, once in every month. So, like, are you getting the ideology? Rich people make money work for them.
Yeah.
Poor people work for money. And the moment they work for money, the decisions they make will not be the best decisions because now they're thinking about buying shoes. They're thinking about paying things that they owe. They're thinking about paying all those things. And the moment that happens, you see that the money is gone.
Yeah.
You start complaining that the money is small. You're looking for a raise. You're looking for employment raise. You're looking for you want to work more hours and overstress yourself. Right? See, the system for me is designed by a smart person. Do you know who designed this matrix system? Rockefeller. Yeah. Rockefeller defined it. The Rockefeller family is the richest family in the world.
Yeah.
But Rockefeller designed the system. And you're thinking, people are saying that the system the matrix is bad. For me, I've actually come to a particular time where the matrix is bad for some people. And needs to be bad for some people. And needs to be good for some people. Because this system is designed by the billionaires. So you cannot actually fight it because we need this system to continue growing. Because for me, it's not at the end of the day about what you want to be. Because now this system is like a very, very like it's very good. The matrix is designed to help both the poor and the poor succeed. And have people who work for the poor. Because the truth is, for you to create wealth, you need people to what's it called? You need people to work for that wealth. You need more hands to work for that wealth. Do you understand? It's because you get to a particular time where you stop actually working and let people start working for you. And you're the ones that gain more money than those people. So now this system actually now is the way it is designed for me now, it's actually designed for the benefit of the rich. And for you to make this system work for you, you don't have to change the system, no. You just have to make the system work for you. Do you understand? So now, it's not left for you to now actually make your stance and make your claim. With this idea and this mindset and that we are feeding you on this podcast, where do I want to be? Do I want to just keep on? Do I want to work for the system and make the system work for me? It's not about money again now, it's about the system, because the system is what creates the wealth. Do you understand? You need that system to be able to create wealth and be able to consume wealth. So now, do I want the system to work for me, or do I want to work for that system? And for you to work for that system, you have to be in the system. Do you understand? Everybody is in the system, but it's just now how the system now works for the person. Do you understand? The billionaire makes the system work for him. Do you understand? Whereas the poor work for that system. So it's now the matrix for me is designed to create more and more and more and more and more wealth. That is why this 1% is actually very, very important, because if you're actually now growing, what's it called? If you grow more, what's it, people in, it's not the okay. To create more wealth, you need more people
More
that work for the wealth.
yeah.
Do you understand? For you to create more wealth, you need more people to work for the wealth. But if you want to create lesser wealth, you need lesser people to work for the wealth, and you need more people you need more people to be
Gain.
to be gaining from it.
Lesser people are working.
Where lesser people are working, and the moment you have lesser people working for it, lesser wealth is being created.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
But in this system, lesser people are gaining, more people are working.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So what we are doing is now making you understand this is how it's working. Where do you want to be at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Do you understand? Where do you want to be at the end of the day? And if you're claiming that you want to be amongst the rich, the billionaires, your mindset now has to start changing. Your mindset needs to start changing. I'm not going to come here and force you that this is what you need to start learning. This is what you need to start doing. No. This is what is being done. Is what we're trying to tell you on this podcast. These are the things that are being unfolding before our eyes. People are doing this. People are doing this. It is now left for you. Do you want to continue in that route, or change the way your mindset works for you? You have to. If you want to be a billionaire, you have to make your mindset work for you. You have to make your mindset be structured in this way. So start thinking of how to create generational wealth and not just be a consumer of wealth.
Do you know this thing about this system? The thing about it is that it's so harmless. Like I was just thinking about this thing yesterday now. Like it's like a mental barrier, right? So it is not going to allow you to think above a certain level, right? And the barrier is not like something that is pressing down. The thing is just very gently. They just gently kept it on top of your brain. So like you're not actually feeling like there's anything like what I'm just trying to say, it's so harmless, it's so free, like it's so, there is nothing, like you're not actually going to feel anything, right? But when you now start stretching more and more, you're going to see that there's something actually blocking your thinking. Like they gave birth to you, right? So there has been a system in existence before the people that gave birth to you, self, and then they just told you to follow that system. You've seen the people that are following the system. You've seen how their lives has ended up, and you didn't even question the kind thing. You just jejely follow them at the back, going the same place they are going. Like nobody ever stopped for once to now ask real life practical questions. Like when I heard about that thing that Rockefeller did, it was like the thing just mad me. Like I was like, this guy is, he's smart, yes, but the thing was, it was just so fucking mad. The guy, him and another person, some other people, but he was the main face of the kind thing.
Yeah, Rockefeller and JP Morgan was a founder of the system.
Yeah, some other people were there, but Rockefeller is the face of the whole thing. So the guy funded the General Education Board, right? Because he does not want a nation of thinkers, he wants a nation of workers.
Yeah.
So you go to school. After going to school, you get a degree, you get a job. After getting a job, you now work in companies they've built. Then because of you're not a machine, so you're expected to fall sick and get old. So he also funded the entire pharmaceutical system, right?
Yeah.
So that when you fall sick, he will treat you
with what's it called? That's pharmaceutical medicine and not what's it called?
not
Natural herbs.
medicine. Yeah. So they will treat you and then put you back inside the work zone.
So he makes endless money
Like,
from
so that he just makes endless money. And this is the type of level. In as much as before I was calling it like I was talking to one of my, I was like, this guy, it's not that he's wicked, it's just that level of thinking it's very dangerous. Like if you want to make real life generational wealth, like this is the level. Your mindset.
Just need to keep somebody in a loop.
Yeah, you just need to keep it in a loop, like a loop that will just continue running. And the guy died hundreds of years ago, but the loop is still running. His generation is
And
still
making
getting
money.
wealthier, making more money.
They're the richest family in the world.
Yeah, they're the richest family in the world. And there's this thing that rich people don't, that poor people don't understand about money. For example, now you buy, let's say you buy a phone, right? You don't say how much you bought that phone. You say you bought the phone 200k. You didn't buy the phone 200k. Now, what do I mean? Let's say you have a 9 to 5 job, bro. They are paying you, let's say 50k every month. And out of the 50k they were paying you, saved 20k for 10 months. That is 200k. So now you used a particular amount of months in your life and exchange it for that phone, not necessarily the money. Like people that buy cars, they are exchanging, like, let's say
Their
a
time.
year. They are just exchanging a year of their life for the car. People that are paying for their children's school fees, people that are buying food, they are exchanging some hours or some days of their life for food. Like you're actually exchanging your lifespan for things, not the money. Yeah, when you exchange your lifespan for that thing, you get the money and use to buy those things. But if you remove the money from the whole equation, it's just your life and the product. So you're exchanging your life for a product. That is not how rich people think. Rich people will put their money to work. Their money will make more money, and then their money is working for them. So they are spending money from their money. So like they just put their money inside this loop, then their money will just be making more money. Their money will just keep on making money. When they are sleeping, their money keeps on making more money.
But you, it's like you have 10,000.
Yeah.
Let's say I put rich minded people in a room, and I give them certain things that they can monetize, right?
Yeah.
Then the poor person has, then there's an opportunity for you to spend more money, right? There's an opportunity to also, the outside you can, I will come and say, okay, this is up for sale, this I'm selling this thing that you have to buy, that your needs and wants and everything. Then there are also things in the room where you can monetize.
Yeah.
So, but what's the way a rich person would think is he will first invest the money that he's been given, the 10,000 naira he's been given from the beginning, into certain things that can be monetized there. Make money from that thing, and just keeps the loop working for him.
Yeah.
Now he has more money. So let's say he has 10,000 naira now.
Yeah.
Right? That 10,000 naira after 1 month could be 100k. That 10,000 after 100k after 1 month could be another 1 million. So that money just keep on multiplying. So him buying those things necessarily isn't anything to him, because he knows that the money just keeps on money from what he has been monetizing, for what he has been able to monetize in the room. But then the rich person now, he has like a barrier to what he can spend.
Yeah.
Do you understand? That person has like, he knows that money just keeps on coming. So really spending is not really an issue for him.
Yeah.
Right? A poor person will believe that he has a limit to where he can be.
A limit where he can be. Yeah.
So that 10,000 is his limit. A poor person thinks that he can multiply that 10,000 to become. So he really does not have.
Rich person.
A rich person really does not have a limit to anything that he can get.
Yeah.
He just believes in more and more and more and more, and multiply the multiplying effect. Whereas a poor person doesn't believe that you can multiply things. He believes in the reduction effect. Do you understand? So it's more of like,
okay, a rich person see money as a tool that can be multiplied.
Yes.
While a poor person sees money as just a tool that has a limit.
The limit.
Yeah. That like it can only be going down.
So
from 10k, if you spend, it gets to 8k. You spend, it gets 4k. But
So
a rich person sees that 10k can get to 100k, 100k can get to.
So that's just like how it is, right?
Yeah.
And it's not. I won't say it's not something that cannot be fixed. It's something that can be fixed. It's just about the mindset. Because that's why this topic is the most important. The mindset, how it varies between a billionaire and a structurat. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's why it was the first episode. So much important, because the first thing that the person told us, how can I create more wealth with this money? And the first thing that poor person was thinking is, I can't really spend much money.
Yeah.
Because I don't really have much money to spend.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But then how can I create more money? Was how the poor person, how the billionaire was thinking. So you have to now like look at the mindset of this person and be like, it's so much varies. A poor person limits himself to a lot of things.
Yeah, like I said, like the mental barrier is just there. So gentle, it's so harmless,
Yeah.
but it's there and it's limiting you so many
He
ways.
limits himself to so many things. Whereas a rich person doesn't see limit to anything. Why do you think Elon Musk wakes up every single day, like makes money every single day? He's on track to become the first trillionaire in the world, and he's not stopping. Right? He's broken records and records. First man to reach 400 billion. Now he's going to be the first man. He's on track to become the first man to make 3 trillion. I want to be the first trillionaire in the world. Right? This is somebody that just keeps on growing in wealth. Yeah. And really doesn't see a limit to where he can be. He says he wants to, one of his aims is to, say one of his objectives, one off, is to get humans to Mars. To make Mars habitable for humans. This is one of his objectives. Not his main objective, one of his objectives. Or not his only objective, he's one of his objectives. So that means he sees that there are multiple things that he wants to do. And really doesn't see a limit to what he can do. Do you understand? And with the idea that he's having, he monetizes it and then just keeps on growing well. Like, you first have to have the mindset that you can multiply. Not how not the mindset that things can reduce faster. That's why I said once money comes to a poor person's hand, right? A poor person doesn't think about how he can create one because of the money that comes to his hand. It's like he what's it called? He's used to working for money. He's used to exchanging a priceless asset for a valuable asset. Do you understand? He's used to exchanging priceless assets for a valuable asset. Whereas a rich person makes his priceless asset his most, not even his most valuable asset, but his only asset. Right? He makes his, he doesn't exchange his his priceless assets for valuable assets, but makes his priceless asset create more valuable assets. Do you understand?
Yeah.
There's a difference between exchanging something and creating more of that thing. Once you exchange, you lose that that priceless assets for that valuable asset.
Yeah.
But that's not how the rich think. They make that priceless asset work for them. They create more.
Yeah. It's just like
create more value.
They're not necessarily exchanging it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like at the first stage of your life, you understand, it's inevitable to exchange time for money, right? Then growing and scaling in money now, you're now going to start getting back those time lost with money. Like you're just going to start because it's not actually. Let's say now you have zero, you have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? You must exchange your time to get money.
Yeah.
It's a must. Whether it's on the online space, whether it's any physical work, right? But your mindset now has to be bigger than where you currently are, right? Yes, just look at it. Don't necessarily look at it as where you'll be for the rest of your life. That's why you see some people working 20, 30, 40 years at one dirty job that you're paying the person a particular amount per year. Do you know another thing this 9 to 5 does? I thank God I didn't forget this thing. Is it makes you fear losing money. You understand? It makes you fear losing money. Now another thing about buying behavior now that people don't understand is that buying now is it's somehow like the safest type of, let me just say, investment in quotes you get, because if you exchange money for a fine shoe, you have that fine shoe for life. So it's very safe and guaranteed, right? Poor people always want to play it safe, but when you use that your money now to buy let's say to buy shares in the stock market now, where it can go up or down and crash or rise anytime now, you won't want to do that one because you're now afraid of the money. The fact that you waited so long to get that money now is not going to want to make you to invest it.
Yes.
You understand? So it's just a loop that creates poverty, right? They'll make you to wait till the end of the month before they give you that money. Then your mentality when you get that money now is to spend. Like, you don't want anything that will remove that money from your hand. You don't want to even take any risk. So you just take all the safe risk, like by exchanging the money for food, and exchanging the money for shoe, and exchanging the money for clothes, and buying new phone bag, exchanging screen guard, buy airpod, all these things, all these dirty expenses.
You feel instant gratification.
Yeah, instant gratification. Yeah, and then immediately you do those things, the money has finished.
Your mind tells you that yes, your money was not a waste because you were so guaranteed that you're going to get it.
Because you got it back. But billionaires, how they think is that billionaires are not afraid to lose money. You understand? They are not afraid to lose money. But then at the same time, there's something that Warren Buffett said. He said, never test the depth of a water with both feet. You understand? So in as much as they are not afraid to lose money, they invest wisely. They don't just push all their money into something.
Yeah.
They can just cut out, they can just like something like a test run. You understand? Just like cut out a very big portion of, like, it's small to them, but it's actually very big. And just put it in the market, check how it goes. If it goes well, good and fine, they put more. If it doesn't, everywhere is still good. But like, poor people now, how do you think that they just don't want to do anything in investment? They don't want to take any risk. Right? And now you can trace this whole thing back to the school system. You can just trace it back to how we were trained in school now, where you like, taking risk is the dumbest thing you can do. Like, you can't actually, you're not allowed to take risk, right? There's a way things are done, and you must do it like that. Trying something different now, either they'll fail you or all this thing. So like, everything now, like, like the main problem people are having in life now, you can always link it back to the school system. You can always link it back to the school system. What you said about viewing problems as obstacles, you can link it back to the school system now. When you have a problem, or then you fail an exam, you get 0, you get F, you have to repeat the class, all these things. So that thing now, you put this type
You don't want to fail.
Yeah, you don't want to fail mentality. You just don't want to fail. How do you not want to fail? People don't understand that when they are saying that I don't want to fail, they are just saying I don't want to succeed. Like, so, that is just what you're saying.
They don't want to fail, so they have to resort into what? Certain means that they feel like it's what is it called?
Safe.
Yeah, safe. So
safe.
Some people want to even cheat safe.
Yeah, they'll not want to cheat.
Some people don't want to, like, like the way people they don't understand. The system breeds the system breeds poverty.
Actually,
the system actually breeds poverty. You keep on complaining that, oh, there are people that what is it called? This, and people that go and kidnap, they become kidnappers. These people also went to schools. Do you think that people did not go to schools? Most of them actually went to schools. Most of them are actually very smart people. Most of them, if you check the results, they actually finished with probably even the first class that all of us are craving for. But because of they had to resort with, they felt like it was the safest means. You just think that when you cheat in school, it might be small, but your mind tells you that was a safe means. That was a safe means. Because at the end of the day, you were guaranteed first class.
Yes.
The truth is, the system does not care whether or not you cheat.
Yeah, like they don't give a shit about the process.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about it. They might tell you don't cheat, but they don't actually give a shit about the process, because at the end of the day, they will not come and tell you this, you cheated.
Yeah.
If they cannot trace you,
yeah, you're good to go.
You're good to go, right? Yeah. You get your first class, you leave school.
But in the real world, the process fucking matters.
Yes. So like now, the way your mind is not like wired is, they didn't catch me when I did it.
Yeah.
So when you have an obstacle where you feel like you could fail in this certain thing.
Yeah, you now resort to very stupid and
yes,
cheating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you might think, oh, cheating is just
yeah. You think you are smart.
Yeah, you think you are. Yeah, you basically think you are. For them, it's basically results. That's how a safe means for them.
Yeah, a safer means.
That was a safer means to not actually doing the work, putting in the work, because they didn't believe that putting in the work was going to get them there. It was just because of the school system. These were the certain things that people resulted into that made them feel like it was the safest means, resulted into cheating, resulted into this. So it was just from the same school system that made all these mindsets come about. This same school system, the fear that I don't want to fail, I want to succeed. So people go into Yahoo, people go into what's it called, poor things that are really the negative ways of making money. Do you understand? it's just the mindset that the school system breeds for you. They don't tell you that you have to fail. They don't tell you that it is good enough that yes, you are allowed to fail. You're allowed to go through these processes. Failure should not be seen as something that you.
Yeah, they just tell you that you shouldn't fail.
Yes.
Don't fail. Don't make any mistake. Now, when you look at the people that are telling you this thing now, you now look at how their own life is now. That mentality now is what led them to where they are. Understand? I don't know how all the teachers are, but you know how your teacher is. You know how that person that keeps telling you don't fail. You know how that person is now. Ask yourself, would you want to end up like that person? That person ended up the way he is now because of he carried that you're not supposed to fail mindset and mentality in your head. That person carried it, like carried the whole thing in their head now. And another thing, another very important thing now is the worst two traits you can have at the same time is this thing is poverty and pride. Like the worst two traits you can have at the same time is poverty and pride. Like poor people now, like I've noticed about so many people that are broke. They have so much pride. Why? I don't honestly know. But like you see somebody that is broke, that literally has nothing, has pride. There's difference between pride and dignity. There's difference between pride and confidence. You're not supposed to attach your self-confidence to the amount of money you have. But when you're poor and you now have pride, it is going to like kill you. You're not going to want to ask how it is being done. You're not going to want to ask for help. You're not going to want to like try to learn more because you feel you already know more. Then that person now that knows that he doesn't know anything will now be seeking out more knowledge, growing, getting better. You'll be stagnant, the other person is growing. You'll be stagnant, the other person is growing. You understand? When you now see the other person, you'll be calling him names, laughing at him, criticizing him, but he's growing while you are stagnant.
Yeah.
You're stagnant. Pride, you see, pride is what kills growth. Like it kills growth so much. Pride, you have to like remove pride from yourself. If you know you want to go, you want to become a billionaire, you want to become successful, because the moment you start having pride now, that is when you now feel like you should stop growing. Some people that have not started growing now, you see them having pride.
Yeah.
So they are just stagnant. They're just growing in height, in body weight, in size, in hair. They're just growing, but like their mind is not actually expanding, because they feel like they know it all from a small age to where they are now. And then when you now look at where they are now, you see how terrible and horrible and disgusting their lives are. While people now that are just curious, they know how naive they are. They know that there are things that they don't know, and they acknowledge that fact too much. Now it's not intimidating them, it's motivating them. Yeah, it's not like, guy, there are things I don't know. You're now like, it's actually motivating them to want to know more. While that so-called person that feels like he knows it all now, he doesn't literally know anything, right? Now, the difference now between these two people now is that one thinks he knows it all. In reality, the other one is smarter. But like I said, everything is perspective. Everything is just perspective. Now, you now that is growing, learning, you know that you don't know so much. So you don't see yourself as that guy that is already there. You now that don't know anything, you think you're already there. So now, in your mind, you think that you are smarter than that person. But in reality, looking at it from a third person's point of view, that person is so much smarter than you. And like, it is just the beginning, because that person is learning and growing every day. So if he's smarter than you, like by 10% this week, by next week it will be up to 20%. Like every week he's just getting better than you. Pride kills growth. Understand? You have to like remove pride from yourself. If you're interested in growing, if you're interested in growth, you just have to remove pride. Because if you can't carry pride and go anywhere, you have to remove pride, especially when you're poor. You understand? Especially when you're broke, when you know you have nothing. So that when you see somebody that is doing well, so that when you see somebody that has an idea of something, and the person pitches it to you, or you not feel so big to listen. Understand? So the person can actually like tell you the next move to make. So like that's basically it. You understand? Like this is just the basics. Like because if you want to start building wealth in the real time, you have to build your mindset first. You understand? Your mind will now have to become a fertile ground for ideas to grow, for money to grow, for everything to grow. Then before you can now start projecting it in the real world. That is why this topic was the first thing we talked about.
Yeah. See, so I just want to understand that this podcast, this marathon, the purpose of this marathon is for us to understand that we need to start thinking.
Yeah.
So we will not be a victim of this what's it called? This system of a thing. Right? Let's also start making the system work for us. People are seeing this matrix thing as an evil thing. For me, I don't think it's an evil thing. I just think you can only be a victim to it or be the prey or be the predator. You understand? If you want to be the predator, you have to start understanding that your mindset needs to start shifting.
Yeah.
If you're someone that was always and what's it called about instant gratification now, or you're someone that was about instant you're someone that only thinks in the short term. Now you have to thinking about the long term, right? If you're someone that was always thinking about things in a different light, on how you're always telling yourself that you can't afford it, rather than asking yourself, how can I afford this? Right? Start asking yourself that question, how can I afford it? Start thinking of how you can multiply rather than reduce. Start thinking of how you can invest, right? Rather than spend. You have to start thinking. Your mindset needs to start changing, start shifting towards that what's called, so that we all can become thinkers and not workers. Yeah. Do you understand?
So that's it for the first episode. Like I said earlier, this is a 10-part marathon, and we are going to be updating every day until the next 10 days. So stick with us, and we will see you on the next episode.
Peace.